Alrighty then, today it's August 13 and I'm cycling through Amsterdam. These are the highlights of the video. My name is Tycho from Amsterdam, born and raised in Amsterdam. And in this video I'm cycling through one district of Amsterdam. And if you know already, you're very good because it's not popular at all. The name of this district is Bos en Lommer. Bos en Lommer. So all these shots you see right here and this whole video, I'm in Bos en Lommer. Bos en Lommer, Bos en Lommer, Bos en Lommer. On the map, it's on the left in the west of Amsterdam, on the west of my neighborhood, the Statesman neighborhood. And I'll be fair, I'll be honest, I don't really know Bos en Lommer that well at all. I mean, I've walked through it, I've cycled through it several dozens of times, but I don't know anyone who lives in Bos en Lommer. And for the rest, I also don't go shopping in Bos en Lommer, and it's just, for me, it's just an area where I just sometimes walk through, you know, when I smoke a cigar, which hardly happens. Or maybe I go to the House of Darts store, which is one of the most popular darts stores in the country. And we're gonna cycle past that in a moment. Oh, and at this point I realize my chain lock is in my basket and I decide to put it in my bicycle bag because it makes an annoying sound in the video. It was very warm today, not as warm as yesterday. So yesterday I also made a cycling video. For those of you who didn't see it, it was 32 degrees Celsius, which is 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And today it was still very hot, but as you can see, there were some clouds. So I don't really know exactly how hot it was, but I think like around 26, 27 degrees Celsius. Anyways, don't forget to hit that like button down below. That would really help me out. The algorithm will understand like, hey, people actually like this video. So House of Darts was here on the right, by the way. Anyways, that's just if you're into darts. And I had that phase in my life when I had a buddy who was into darts, and then I was also, you know, getting into it. You know, that's how it goes. If you have a friend who plays snooker, you're also gonna play snooker. So a friend of mine plays darts, and I also bought my own dartboard. It's still on the wall here, a Wimmau. But the last time I played it was years ago. I still got those arrows though. It's quite a difficult sport. I mean, it's actually a sport, right? So here, this is the Kijkduinstraat. So you'll see quite some LGBTQ flags here in a moment, like 3 in a row, like right here on the left, 1, 2, 3. So I remember like 2 years ago or 3 years ago or something, there were people who were burning these flags here in this street. And this was big in the news and etc. Of course, you know, it's pretty insane. And then after that, a lot of neighbors or just people in this street hung up that flag. So it was full, you know, like at some point when I was walking here with my mother, we saw like, I don't know, 30 flags or something, you know. Fun fact, I guess, not so fun, but yeah, it's just a fact. Then here is this beautiful hidden church, which is at the Admiraal de Ruijterweg, one of the main veins of Amsterdam, the Admiraal de Ruijterweg, which is the upcoming street right here. So in this video, I'm cycling through Bos en Lommer, the district, just to give you a different view of Amsterdam, you understand? Because everyone is just making videos about the city center. And I always had this vision of this channel also, you know, going to the other districts and places of Amsterdam. So let's start off with Bos en Lommer. But I also look forward to cycling through the Bijlmer or to Buitenveldert and show you guys some other parts of Amsterdam. So this is in the west, and you know, my history about this area is still, you know, pretty mature, you know. No, premature, not pretty mature, no, premature. So, but I know it was like in the 1910s, 1920s when they started building this neighborhood, if I'm correct, and then after World War II it continued, something like that. So this big street ahead of us, this is the Lommerweg, which you recognize maybe from earlier videos. It goes all the way to Haarlem, and then also past the Western Park and my neighborhood. But anyways, we're now going in the opposite direction. So, Admiraal de Ruijterweg again, we're gonna go to the right. And I'm zigzagging through this video a little bit, through the neighborhood, and at some point I will speed up also times 10. It's just so you get a little bit of an idea about Bos and Lommer. And I totally understand that this video will not be as popular as other videos. So here on the right is the Lidl with a nice mural. And that is the closest Lidl to my house, which is also why I never go to the Lidl, because it's so far away. I mean, if you live in the States, then of course it's, you know, compared to how long it takes for you guys to go to your supermarket, then it's fairly close, I guess, you know. Because when I was in Iceland, and more about that in my Iceland videos, which you can watch on my channel, I had a conversation with people from Washington, and they said, like, yeah, they had to ride 10 minutes in the car to get to their closest supermarket. While for me, I just walk 2 minutes from my front door, and then I'm at Albert Heijn. So yeah, it's a big difference between the Netherlands and the States. And because my knowledge about Bos and Lommer is, well, very low, I can also not tell you that much. So that's a little bit of shame. Yeah. But as you can see, it's just a lot of buildings with apartments and not many stores in these streets. And I didn't see any hotel also, so it's really not aimed for tourists. So I guess the only way for you to know Bos and Lommer is probably if you take an Airbnb or if you just accidentally end up here with your bike. But I do know some places, like this for example. We're gonna be at Bos and Lommerplein, Bos and Lommer Square it means, so one of the main squares of Bos and Lommer, obviously. And then I'll take you to a tiny, well, kind of like, let's say, hidden gem of Bos and Lommer. But here in this video, I mean, you'll see it, but in real life it's much more, you know, like breathtaking. So, but first Bos and Lommerplein. So, last year or something, they stopped the Bos and Lommer market. So there was always a market here on the right on Bos and Lommer Square, and for some reason, well, that stopped. It's also one of the hospitals here in front of us, right in front of us, on the right side. But okay, let's go up Bos and Lommer Square. I'll just walk for a few seconds. And for those of you coming with the car, by the way, to Amsterdam, and not much, but if you come with your car to Amsterdam and you're looking for a cheap place to park your car, I mean, fairly, I mean, not super cheap, but yeah, compared to, you know, other prices and other parking garages, this parking garage here, underneath this square, P plus R, you see it now here, this is the elevator on our left. So, on our left, this elevator, this is where you can park your car for, I kind of forgot the price, I think 30 or 26 euro for 24 hours. And you might say that's a lot, but you know, compared to parking garages in Amsterdam, which cost, I mean in the center of Amsterdam, which cost 55 euro for 24 hours, and that's cheap compared to the one at Museum Square. But then this one is even cheaper. I think it's maybe even cheaper, because 26 for, I think, you know, because I didn't do it myself, but I'm just sending people here, so I should figure out the exact price, so I'm sorry. Anyways, this is a very cheap spot. Just beware that you don't park your car in the shopping mall parking spots, which are also there in the same garage, because that's what one of my couch surfers, Sonia Maria, did once. And there's a police car on our right. So the hidden gem I was talking about, any moment now. So just remember Bos and Lommer Square, and then across the street you go through this building, you know, just through the tunnel underneath the building, and then this is like a little valley. But again, in real life it's way more breathtaking, and then when you're not with the bike, you can stay on the left and then walk through this grass. Okay, and now in the video I understand, but in real life, just believe me. Maybe I'll just go film here once, because, you know, it's different with this POV bike shot than if you would just see it, you know, like with a regular camera. And then on the left there's also a little fountain and stuff, you know. It's just something you don't expect, especially not in Bos and Lommer, if you know what I mean. So yeah, about parking the car. So that's where you can park the car for cheap, and then you get a ticket, a public transport ticket, and you use it 2 times. Once to get from the parking garage to the hotel or Airbnb, wherever, and then the second time when you go back to the car. That's how it works. P plus R, and you have to get that ticket at the machine in the parking garage. For those of you who plan to come with the car, which is like 0.1% of the listeners, probably. And if I were you, and if you really insist on taking the car, if I were you, I would park it even further away, just out of Amsterdam, you know, in one of the villages. You know, maybe there's a place where you can park it for free and then just take the train to Amsterdam. You know, if you really insist on taking the car. Right, so in front of us is the Erasmuspark, Erasmus. And because I'm not that familiar, I'm trying to find a way in, with the bike. So there's a couple of entrances, but every time I saw the sign, you know, just for pedestrians, so me being the polite cyclist as I am, I'm going for the one at the other side of the park. And by the way, there were a few comments, well, 2, of people paying it, you know, telling me what a zebra path is, because in the previous video maybe it looked like I did not let the people walk over the zebra path. Maybe it's about that woman and man that were crossing right in front of the zebra path. Well, not on the zebra path, you know, they were close to it. And then it looked like they were on the zebra path. Probably it's about them. But let me just tell you that I always let people walk on the zebra path. And if ever you feel like I don't, I mean, you can write a comment about it, but then also write the timestamp, you know, of the video. So then I can at least look at my perhaps mistake, you know, because at this moment I think I didn't make a mistake. Anyways, Erasmuspark. So looking for the entrance. This is the edge of Bos and Lommer also. So on our right side is not Bos and Lommer anymore, and on the left it's still Bos and Lommer. And I'm gonna go in here, and yes, it still says pedestrians, but you know, it's a big entrance, and you'll see that I'm not the only cyclist. So, and yes, okay, sure, that doesn't mean that it's allowed, but you know, as a Dutchie, how can I leave my bike outside, right? There's only one park in Amsterdam where you really will not take your bike inside, and that's the Amstel Park. And that reminds me actually that I was gonna make a video about the Amstel Park this summer still, so I guess I have to hurry up, you know, within a month or something, because otherwise the park is not in the best shape anymore. So the Erasmuspark is really, well, you see, it's a square, a few little paths, one big piece of grass. There's a nice little chocolate store or little coffee chocolate milk store behind us. And for the rest, just with locals, eh? So you see no tourists here in this video, for a change. And the downside is that it maybe is a little bit more boring to watch. So, I'm sorry, but I'm just showing you what Bos and Lommer is, and it's a very peaceful, calm neighborhood. Maybe, so okay, let's say in around 2009, you know, from 2001 to 2009, one of the neighborhoods of the Bos and Lommer district. Oh, look at this big ice bear statue here on the right. Anyways, one of the neighborhoods of the Bos and Lommer district, the Kolenkitbuurt. It was, you know, really low in the statistics. People were not happy there. You know, it was very bad in the news, and But since then, I feel like the last 15 years, the Bos and Lommer area is going up. But still, just like the Bijlmer, it's got this bad, you know, memory. And people still maybe think like, yeah, oh, the Bijlmer or Bos and Lommer. You know, that's how they look at it. But you know, the Bijlmer is also, it became pretty nice. So it's not the same Bijlmer district or the same Bos and Lommer as it was 20 years ago. But yeah, okay, it's not the center of Amsterdam, of course. There's hardly any canals. And so there was one here on the right. But it's more about the vibes also. And the vibes, you know, of Bos and Lommer at least, and the Bijlmer, I think it went up for as far as I know. And I guess it's gonna go up and up. I mean, the city's also growing slowly, right? So in 20 years from now, the city has grown. And every time when the city grows, then percentage-wise, these districts like Bos and Lommer become more, yeah, they're close to the center, kind of. Like my area, the Staatsliedenbuurt, Statesman neighborhood, is really right next to Jordaan, 5 minutes walking distance. But if you live in Bos and Lommer, you're also not that far from the center. But yeah, okay, not 5 minutes walking distance. Maybe 40 minutes walking distance, but on the bike. I mean, within 10 minutes you can be at the edge of the center. And then within 30 minutes, for sure. Maybe a bit quicker. 25 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. You can be at Dam Square, I guess. You know, depending on how fast you cycle. So that's not too bad. Because there's other areas like the Bijlmer, Buitenveldert. Well, then it takes way longer. But as you can see, I mean, streets like this also, like, yeah, it doesn't look attractive. So they planted some trees, okay. But yeah, these big roads and yeah, not much happening. And I guess it's just the lack of, I don't know, stores or something. If there were more stores and cafes and stuff in these streets, it would make the area more alive, right? Look at this dude here on that special bike. How do you call it in English? He's laying down. He's not even moving his feet. Oh, because I thought he was just pedaling with his feet, you know? Pedaling with his feet, but he's just moving his hands. It's even more special. Look, this is also nice. I like this little tiny district. I mean, not district, but yeah, these few streets here with these orange kind of buildings. Kind of looks like a jail also, I guess. Yeah. So I decided to cycle again because I saw that yesterday's video, August 12th, when I was cycling in the center of Amsterdam, people really seemed to like it. So I actually was supposed to edit today, video edit, you know, and I'm still gonna edit, but I thought, okay, let's just cycle, do a little bit of cardio exercise. Okay, so this is a school square. The schools are free. I don't know the name of the school, I'm sorry. And also for me it's kind of refreshing to, you know, go to a different district, you know, something else in Dam Square and the Jordaan every time and the Anne Frank house, you know, something else, Bos and Lommer. Let's just cycle through Bos and Lommer, yeah, why not? And actually, I wonder how many times in this video have I said Bos and Lommer. So Bos means forest, but Lommer, yeah, Lommer doesn't mean anything, so. The nickname of this neighborhood is Bolo. You know, you can also just say Bolo, but I'll be fair with you, I didn't know about Bolo until, I didn't know the phrase Bolo. Oh look, there's an animal walking on my camera lens right now, what the hell? He's not thinking Bolo, but he's thinking YOLO. You only live once. So Bolo, Bos and Lommer. I heard about it when a Bumble match told me in, I guess it was like around April. Bumble, it's a dating app. Hey, this animal! What the hell? Okay. Oh my lord. What? Looks a little bit like a silverfish, but it can't be. So some little flying animal that just... I hope he stays away right now, because... Okay. Maybe I took him home even. Hey. Okay, that's... I'm a little bit like this never happened before. Okay, well. What's next? A zebra on my lens. So yeah, I'm just zigzagging through the streets. And... I have no idea where I am right now. I'm gonna go to the left. And I'm gonna go to the right. And the streets are so empty. It's like this is filmed on a Tuesday. Between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. So one of the veins again of Bos en Lommer, the Willemsparkweg. And here I think like, oh no, wait. And then, okay, I'll go down anyways over there. The Willemsparkweg. Oh, no. Did I say Willemsparkweg? I mean the Willem de Zwijgerlaan. Ai. Willemsparkweg is in the south. Okay, so for those of you who knew, like, hey, what the hell, Tycho, Willemsparkweg? You're good. I guess no one noticed. I guess I should have just shouldn't have corrected myself, but okay. Willem de Zwijgerlaan. Look. Here we are at the edge of the Jan van Galenstraat and the Willem de Zwijgerlaan. So, in a few moments I will speed up the video because I'm gonna cycle past the Erasmuspark again, but I have to go till the other corner of Bos en Lommer. I just want to make sure that you've seen it all for those of you interested, and I also wanted to see it myself. So, on our left is not Bos en Lommer, on the right is Bos en Lommer, and this is the Jan van Galenstraat. And then, if I'm correct, we're gonna be in the Kolenkit buurt, the Kolenkit area. But I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, the bottom left corner of Bos en Lommer on the map. And how many times did I say Bos en Lommer? You take a shot, you know. A shot of what? That's your choice. So yes, Speedy Gonzales till this moment right here. Because I thought it's fun, because I'm gonna go past those two people in front of us on their, how do you call it, like old people scooter. I don't really know the name, but it's like some kind of scooter, you know, with 3 wheels. And they're actually quite fast. And because there were 2 of them, I thought, okay. But now this is a little bit boring, so let's speed up the video once again, just till we are at the other side of the highway. Listen in. Yeah, and look, the scooter was right behind me again. I mean, like next to him. Alright. So this is the edge of Bos en Lommer again. And it looks totally different. You'll see that in a moment. Also, I'm going to go to the right. It's brand new Bos en Lommer or something. So I was even confused, like, is it still Bos en Lommer? But then I saw the street signs, and yes, it still said Bos en Lommer. So okay. But this is a part where I've hardly been. So the other part of Boelo, I've walked there quite some times, you know, with friends, with my parents, stuff like that. But this part, I mean, I think it's maybe even the first time for me that I'm here at all. Like at this road right here. It looks also brand new. Yeah. But then this part here on the right, it might have been... No. This is also brand new for me, indeed. I mean, if you would show this to me, probably before today, I would not have guessed that this was Bos en Lommer. You know, it might have been in the north of Amsterdam, maybe. Well, okay. Not in the east. Maybe around one of the newer islands could be. So here I just randomly go. Here, just, I don't know. Let's have a look. It's nice if you have your own private picnic table. Look, everyone has their own picnic table in front of the door. Alright. But then those buildings right in front of us. So we're gonna go there now. Just looking how to go. So the buildings on our left. I remember when I was looking for a house in Amsterdam. Which is, let me remind you, quite difficult to get a normal rental house. Normally priced also. I remember that I was looking in that area. So on our left. So now in front of us, those yellow buildings. One of those yellow buildings, if I'm correct. Or behind it. I was almost, I was quite high on the list. But I was not number 1 or number 2. So that's how it works. So you become number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, till 15. They invite the people, and then number 1 says no, number 2 can say yes or no. Number 2 says no, number 3 can say yes or no. And that's how it works. And then you get your house. You're on the waiting list. So actually not these buildings, but I'm gonna cycle past it. Because I remember, just now when I cycled past it, like, hey, that was here. So not these, no, these look too beautiful and too new also. But I think the ones in front of us right now, actually, yeah. So if that would have happened, yeah. Well, I would have been happy. I wouldn't have known any better, I mean, but now I live in, such a great area, the Statesman neighborhood. But if I would have lived here in Bos Lommer, probably I would have been happy. But I wonder, yeah. Walking to the city, I mean, I've gotten so used to it to just walk to the city center, because it takes 5 minutes to just, take my couch here and walk. I like that. But if I would live here, then, yeah, that would have almost never happened, But still, the pluses. Okay, what are the pluses about this? It's calm and peaceful. I mean, usually, I guess. So, if there's not too many of those fake gangsters outside on the street, if you know what I mean. Which was a little bit troublesome in this area, around 2001 till 2009, let's say. As you can see, this is the older part of Bos Lommer again. Oh, look! There's a TV something happening now. Like, I had no idea. So I thought, okay, these cars are just, waiting. I'm a cyclist, okay, but look now. I'm cycling. And suddenly, like, I mean, still I didn't notice it. It's so fun. And then I came here, I was like, huh? And now I saw it, like, oh my lord. And look at the woman on the left. Like, she's pregnant and then falling on the floor or something. And then it went so quick. And I was like, oh fuck. It was, they were recording something, but I had no idea. I mean, those 3 cars, and then this guy with his yellow jacket, with his back turned, to everything that's coming, so also to me. And then those cars were blocking my view, so I didn't see any camera people, this and that. And then I saw it, and it was sort of like, oh yeah, So I just continued, and I don't know. I guess it's for some kind of TV show or commercial, or I don't know, but no one said also anything. And even if you would scroll back, now and look at the footage, no one is even looking like, hey, wait, a cyclist is coming, and still that pregnant woman on the left, and not the fake pregnant woman, who was pregnant in the show or in the series, she's just falling on the floor, she's just continuing with her role. So I wonder, like, what is this? Is it a TV show, a commercial? Will I be in it? Will you see me cycling? Because if someone knows, let me know. But probably no one will ever know. But yeah, that would be fun, I mean, some kind of, I don't know, like some soap opera. Yes. It actually reminds me that I was on national TV a long time ago, in 2009, in this Dutch program, Man bijt hond. It was just a small item. And yeah, no one knows this, of course, except the people that know me really since that time. Man bijt hond. You know, I got that footage somewhere, and maybe I'll upload it on my YouTube channel, because actually, yeah, why not? So back in the day, I was delivering, or I was handing out the free newspapers at the train station. You know, it was like a side job. So in the morning, before, or in the middle of rush hour, also before rush hour, I was already there. Every day I was handing out the free daily newspaper, like the Metro. You've heard of the Metro, right? The Metro newspaper. It's worldwide. It was worldwide. I guess it's now gone everywhere. At least it's gone here. So back in the days, in 2009, there were 4 different free papers here in the Netherlands. The Spits, the Metro, the Pers, and another one. So the Pers means the press, the press, and the Spits means the rush hour. So when it spits, we always say, yeah, that's a Dutch word, it means it's rush hour. So that's the name of the newspaper. And I was handing out this paper to thousands of people every day. And I've been, since that moment, I mean, I think I'm still very good. If you give me a pile of newspapers, it's like a magic show. You understand? With 2 hands. How quick I'm able to hand out those papers. Whoosh, whoosh, left, right, right, left. People were coming from the left, from the right, from behind, you know, and I felt I didn't even have to look. You hear the footsteps, like, okay, someone is coming here, there, and it's people, you know, were complimenting me also, like, wow, how are you handing out those newspapers? And of course, after a few years, you know, I've become so good. It's like a useless skill, right? But maybe one day I'll make flyers for myself, or for you, you know, if you give me a pile of flyers. But probably newspapers, because then I can fold them like that and wrap them around my fingers. And I already, you know, pre-wrapped them around multiple fingers, and you should have seen it, you know. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm getting very passionate now talking about this. But yeah, what was the conclusion of this? I kind of forgot now, because how I was talking about this, I kind of forgot. So, anyways, that's the olden times, and now there's no free newspapers anymore. Everyone is on their smartphone, and if you travel with the public transport, you also notice the difference, right? Like, I hardly travel with the public transport, of course. Always take the bike, but do you notice that when you're in the tram or the metro or the train, that everyone, like 99% of the people, are just on their phone? And I remember when I went to school back in the day, that, I mean, okay, some people were on their phone playing Snake, maybe. Or maybe they had some Game Boy Advanced or something and playing Tetris. But many people were just reading the newspaper, you know, or grabbing a book and reading one of those free newspapers and doing their Sudoku puzzles and stuff like that. But anyways, as you can see, we now ended up right at the beginning of where we started this video. I did that on purpose. Because it's like a big circle here through Bos and Lommer. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you're still here, thank you very much. And let me know, would you ever want to travel to Bos and Lommer? Probably no. But maybe you got something out of it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.